Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Forever Pink Live. Kyle Hammondtree coming to you from Kansas City. And we've got Julie Mallon representing the sunny Southwest. Another Monday night has sneaked up on us, and we are excited to have you all here tonight. I wanted to start off this week, like we try to every week, with a couple shout outs. One of my newest ambassadors, Amy Evangelista, got her first ambassador this evening. So, woo-hoo! Awesome. And sneaking in at the very end with grabbing an Easter egg. So that's exciting. The Easter egg hunt is going really well this month. We'll be posting all the overall results and everything in the next couple days, but it's going really well. So very exciting stuff. Shari added another person again yesterday, so that was really cool. So everybody's doing great. Everybody's growing and having a lot of fun with this amazing 15% discount that they're offering to everyone. What a perfect time of year for everyone to be able to get in at even better prices than they normally do. So really excited stuff. Make sure you're utilizing that and sharing it with all of your friends and family. And now I'm going to turn it over to Julie this week and let her do a little chit chat and share what she has to share.
Okay, so I'm going to be talking about compliance. Wah, wah. That's not fun, but it's there for a reason. The whole thing is we used to get away with saying a lot of stuff because nobody knew what Plexus was, and now we're like the number 2 fastest growing health companies in, I don't know if it's the world or United States, but when you start getting the attention that we're getting, you start getting some people who want to shut you down. Won't say any names, but so in order to be compliant, we have to watch what we say. So I'm going to help you come up with some ways to get around it and ways to just help you think about it differently, because we can totally still rock our businesses and help everybody on their health journeys, just not using the words we're used to being able to say. So I think I want to encourage all of you. I think the number one way we can help each other right now is if you're somebody who likes to post a lot of personal stories, or testimonies, before and after pictures. It's really important if we as a team can come together, because I don't know that every team is getting coached on this like we are, or having it as important. But I don't want to see my business taken away because we're not using the correct wording. So work on making your testimony compliant. Work on telling your story. And if you have something like a medical condition that you used to take a prescription for that you believe Plexus has helped you with, instead of using the disease word, because I mean, really, most disease states have a list of symptoms that come along with them, right? You can use a lot of the symptom words. You can say, discomfort or bloating or cramps. So if you have a disease state that comes with symptoms that directly affected you, you don't have to say the disease. People are going to identify with you if you say, I had cramps and bloating and discomfort, instead of saying I had PMS, So try and look at it that way. And sorry, my son's like playing soccer in the background. It's a little distracting. Another thing you can say, and this is a really good one, write it down. You can say Plexus may assist. So if it helped you get off a medication or whatever, if you're trying to say something that you're like, I don't know if this is okay, as long as you don't use a disease process word like diabetes, blood pressure, Crohn's, describe it and say may assist with this. And that's direct from Alec Clark. I looked at a couple YouTube videos on compliance. Rock the Pink Live has a really good one with Almay Darling, who's a master nutrition therapist, and she had some great ideas. So try slipping may assist. Use the symptoms to describe the disease process that you may have had some success with. Um, and if you can't find a way to say it, find an article that talks about different supplements or different nutrients that help with whatever you're talking about, and say, I love my ProBio 5 above, or I love my probiotic, you know, um, and just share that article. Because if people identify with what's in the article, you didn't necessarily say it, you're just saying you take one and that you love it. So that's another way to get around that. Um, as far as Federal Trade Commission goes and income claims, we just have to be really careful, and we need to train our teams that unless it's the one specifically provided by Plexus, which is the little oh, what's the word? The income thing for diagram provided by Plexus, and we've all seen it. There's a couple out there that are more brightly colored and probably easier to read, but those are not compliant. So if you want to make claims about your income, you can say what rank you are and say Plexus has helped me, blah, blah, blah. What could it help you with? Or, you know, may is always a good word, because we don't want to say you're guaranteed at each rank to make this much, because sometimes there's a difference in like how much PV you have, right? Some months, if we have huge PV, we're going to make what that little diagram shows is the average. And sometimes if our PV sucks, then we're not going to make that much money. Um, so make sure you use the compliant diagram. It's probably in our files somewhere, I'm sure. If not, message me. I have it saved in my phone. Other things compliant wise, we can't use celebrity endorsements. We can't use I know the one everybody loves to use is I think he's like the Dos Equis guy. Um, the, I can't even think of what it is, but it's the man, and he's got all these different memes. We can't use him. And we can't, I don't think, use copyrighted characters. Like, we can't use Kermit the Frog, and we can't use, whatever. Use different memes, go for it. If it's an inspirational quote or whatever, as long as it doesn't have something that is property of somebody else that probably wants to make money off of that character or that person. Another thing I guess that sometimes happens, people get mixed up, is using one product pitch line for the wrong supplement. So we all know Plexus Slim helps to maintain healthy cholesterol lipid levels, but you can't put that with the ProBio 5 and say that, because that's not what it does. I don't think that's really an issue, but that was one of the things they mentioned. So maybe sometimes we get mixed up on that. So that's really all I have to say about compliance. I did want to talk a little bit about three-way calls. And I think other teams are really, really pushing this. I have a good friend on Lynn's downline, and Lynn is, she just went Sapphire today, which is awesome. But she said they do three-way calls like crazy. I am so open to doing three-way calls, and I try and ask everybody, but if somebody on my downline says, yes, I will do a three-way call and we make that happen, that's who I know is in it to win it, and that's who I'm going to pour into. So if you're serious about this business and you want to go higher and learn what your strengths are, ask for some constructive criticism on your posts, then let's get on a three-way call. Kyle's open to it. Kyle's working like part-time. He's got all the time in the world. So let's get on some three-way calls. Encourage your downline. I'm happy to get on them with you. Kyle is. I know Talina is. But I want to start making that happen. And I think you should start encouraging your team. The second you sign your first ambassador, you're a leader. So you need to, if you don't feel like you know enough, get the next person up who does, and help develop your downline into leaders, because that's what they're going to have to become if they want to succeed as well. Some things that I like to talk about on my three-way calls is encouraging self-development. It's really important that we all know our strengths and weaknesses. And while we can work on our weaknesses in private, we really need to rely on our strengths. And part of relying on your strengths is to brand yourself. If you are a stay-at-home crunchy mom, that's your brand. You need to be making your posts really personal. Don't do the salesy, you know, images. Post a picture of your kids. Say, hey, my kids stole my pink drink today. Or, that's what people are going to respond to. They'll see your kids and then they'll like it. And even if they didn't read what you said about Plexus above it, it's still going to get your post bumped up to the top, and maybe the next person will read it. So, my brand is I'm a healthy, crunchy mom / nurse. So I really do try and target a lot of my posts towards people who either have serious health conditions or other nurses who are kind of tired of pushing meds all day and feeling like they got into it for helping people and they're not really helping anybody by just pushing drugs all day instead of encouraging a healthier lifestyle. So make sure you brand yourself. The thing that I think is most important too is to keep your post positive. And I struggle with this one because I get so mad when I'm just like, I get really frustrated and I just want everybody to get it, and they don't get it. So I have to really hold myself back sometimes from making sarcastic, snarky posts, because that's just kind of a turnoff for everybody. And I recognize that. That's one of my weaknesses. I'm working on it. So yeah, things for today. Write out your testimony, get with your upline, make sure that they think it's compliant. If they have questions, you can get with me or Kyle and we'll help you, come up with compliant ways to say certain things. I know there's some things that are really tricky to describe without using the key terms, but we can work on that together. So yeah, just if you have a few minutes for your training tomorrow, listen to Rock the Pink Live. Put in Rock the Pink Live compliance or Plexus compliance. That is a really, really good and informative one to listen to. And that is all I have today.
Yeah, I definitely recommend that Rock the Pink Live. It is amazing, and it really hits the nail on the head as far as what you want to do and not do, and how to do it. And also, it really reiterates the fact that we're all here together, on this together, and in this together. So there's no reason that you should feel like you're on an island or that you don't know. If you don't know, then just ask. Definitely. And I wanted to share, I've got that income disclosure. So this is this one right here. And it's got to be this full image with all the stuff. So if this isn't what you're using, this bar graph, then it's not right. And also in the email that came out, you have to include the verbiage that was in that email about the compliance for income statements. And we can post that. I'll post the image with the income disclosure image and the verbiage that has to go with kind of income claim. It just basically says that we do not make any guarantees, yada, yada, yada. Very important stuff, but I don't have it memorized. So definitely take a peek at the team page, and we'll put some more things up there to help make everything a little bit easier, because that's what it's all about, right? And then I also wanted to just touch a little bit on follow-up, because if we're doing all the things right on the front end and people are interested and they come to you and they're seeking information and they're seeking these amazing supplements and they're seeking this better lifestyle, you don't want to leave them hanging. Once they've made the leap and once they've joined your team or once they've become a customer, that's the best part. That's the part that you really want to go on that journey with them. That's not the end. That's the beginning. Anything that you've done to get them interested or make them see the light or however you want to word it. But once they're on product or once they're a part of our team, that's when the work begins. That's when the journey begins. And that's when the fun relationship gets to grow and evolve into something, more. And so I encourage you, after you've got somebody that's signed up, if you haven't been on the phone with them when they signed up, which is also a really great thing to do, is to be on the phone with them if you can't be in person while they sign up. Because there's bumps in the road every time somebody signs up, like, what's this? I don't know what this means. So you can walk them through that rather than having like a messenger conversation back and forth, and it gets kind of challenging. But then after that, check in with them, because you can check on anybody who orders from you's process on their order. So check in with them before they even get their products and send them a message. And if you need guidance on what kind of message to send them, definitely ask anybody. Ask me, ask Julie, ask Shelly, and we can send you an example of what you could send. And I'll even post it. I'll post it on the team page along with all the other stuff. But an example of what you can send to someone before they even have their products that can help them to know what they need to have set for expectations and what they need to do to prepare themselves, and what they don't need to do, and what they maybe should be considering as they move forward, as far as, okay, I'm going to need to get a water bottle and that I can measure how much water I'm drinking every day. And maybe I'm going to need to, think about doing a little bit of extra activity if I really want to set some certain goals for myself. And really going that extra step of helping them set good expectations for the results they want and the effort they're willing to put in, because there has to be a balance. You can't be a fitness model and just drink the pink drink and think that's going to take you there. These products are amazing, but your expectations of the results of those products have to be matched with the effort that you're going to put in. So have those conversations with people so that 1 to 4 weeks in, they're not messaging you and saying it didn't work, it's no good, it didn't work for me, because there is no coming back from that. I'll just tell you right now, if somebody has made the decision that it doesn't work, it will never work, because that's just where their mind is, and they've moved on. So if you can have that relationship with them, open that dialogue, set those expectations, and then be with them along the way so that there's no surprises for either side, then if they're disappointed later on down the road, sure, they may not have gotten what they expected, and that certainly can happen. And I'm not going to say that it's a magical thing that works for everybody and it's just amazing and perfect, although I think so. But cross that bridge when you get there, but don't not build the bridge. You don't want to just walk them up to the edge of the cliff and they're gone. So take people on a journey with you, because they come to you, they've put their trust in you. So go on that journey with them, and you will find, I guarantee you will find that the relationship is better, the experience is better, and you can head off a lot of concerns and questions and problems before they arise. So that's really all I wanted to say about that. And I'm not going to babble on any more than I already have. Julie, do you have any parting words?
I guess as far as sign a new customer and they're not interested in business yet, those are the people you really, really want to work on and make sure that they're taking their products right. I mean, your ambassadors too, but if they're already, on the fence about it and just being a customer, ask them what they're eating, because they could be, you don't want to have them taking these supplements and then sabotaging it at the same time. So make sure you're talking to them, and you don't have to be a nutrition expert, but you might want to educate yourself a little bit about, plant-based diets and processed foods and what ingredients to look out for, because fat does not make you fat, sugar makes you fat. And if they're, I think Plexus helps resolve a lot of people's sugar issues, but the natural sugar from fructose is still sugar. And if you're, like I posted today about those health drinks, one of them had 49, those Odwalla drinks have 49 grams of sugar per bottle. And yeah, it's fructose and it's probably not added sugar, but your body doesn't know the difference. And when you're drinking it without the fiber to go along with it to slow the digestion, you're still going to have that spike in blood sugar. So they could think they're doing good drinking healthy fruit drinks that are, those naked juices, but those are still not good. So educate yourself a little bit about that. Talk to your customers about what their nutrition is, what their ideas are about healthy nutrition, and maybe do some education while you're educating yourself.
Perfect advice.
Yeah.
Love it. And with that, we thank you for joining us for another week of Forever Pink Live. And definitely go check out Rock the Pink Live and get your compliance on.
Yeah.
Have a good week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.